up, we travel back in time to see how Tzu International Medical Association was first established. We meet the staff at the Tzu Stem Cell Center who work around the clock to save lives. Welcome to Dial Headlines. I'm Mindy Chen. Thank you for joining us. First, we would like to wish you a happy Mid-Autumn Festival. Wherever you're celebrating, please keep safe from the typhoon. Now back to our show in Taiwan. A day before the 15th Annual TIMA Conference took place in Hualien on September 17th, 64 orthopedic surgeons had the chance to attend a neurospinal simulation surgery. On the second day of the simulation surgery, ENT doctors from various hospitals around the island gathered to learn from a team of experienced doctors from Taipei and Hualien Tzu hospitals.
然后这边剪，然后一直 trace 到海耳缝啊，这样你就可以把整个的 epicory 剪下来。
This is Huang Tongcun, who has been an otolaryngologist for more than 13 years. Today, ENT doctors from various hospitals have gathered together to improve their skills in removing tumors.
喉部肿瘤的切除，或者是
Whether it is getting rid of throat or sinonasal tumors, all require a very experienced doctor. For many doctors, today is their first time attending a simulation surgery.
来参与这样的术式。
This time, the instruction team is made up by otolaryngologists from Taipei and Hualien Tzu Hospital.
When we are performing a surgery, the biggest problem that we may encounter is damage to a blood vessel. When this happens, we don't have much time to find where the problem lies. We need to be quick or else our patient's life will be in danger. That's why finding the artery around the neck and head as soon as possible is very crucial.
再把这个往前分开，我觉得这个很好，做得很好。
慈济老师教都是很用心啊。
The instructors from Tzu Hospital are very patient and attentive. They will teach us over and over again until we can do things correctly. When we made a mistake, they won't get mad.
对你动火。
Other than being taught by experienced doctors, the selfless dedication of silent mentors has helped these doctors improve their surgical skills.
慈济医院其实
Tzu hospitals are very lucky because there are so many devoted Tzu volunteers that are willing to donate their body for medical science. When they pass away, thanks to their dedication, medical students and doctors have the chance to improve their skills.
Through learning from one another, the instructor team not only hopes to pass on their vast experience, but also Tzu's humanistic spirit.
As this year marks the 15th anniversary of the Tzu International Medical Association, also known as TIMA, we take a look at how Tzu's medical mission began in 1972 with a free clinic in Hualien. Over the years, with the vision of curing sickness, healing people and healing hearts, TIMA has brought together countless medical professionals to give selflessly to relieve the suffering around the globe.
Treating patients as a priority, taking every illness treated as a lesson, Tzu's medical network spans the globe. With its origins in Hualien, the foundation of Tzu's medical mission rests on the goal of treating sickness to eliminate poverty. In 1972, Tzu set up its first free medical clinic on Reng'ai Street in Hualien City. The clinic offered services twice a week while also providing regular free medical services in rural townships. With the establishment of the Hualien Tzu Hospital in 1986, the functions of the free clinics were handed to the hospital. Shouldering the responsibility of treating the sick and suffering around Taiwan marked an expansion of Tzu's medical mission. Under the invitation of Master Zheng Yan, a group of medical professionals from various hospitals stepped forward to establish the Tzu Medical Association in 1996, which later became the Tzu International Medical Association, or TIMA, in 1998. Since then, TIMA members continue to uphold their mission of healing people, curing sickness and healing hearts. In the year 2000, TIMA organized its very first annual medical conference. The event became an avenue for compassionate medical professionals from across the globe to give back to society and serve others. With members from all across the world, no matter their nationality or belief, they offer their services locally. and if any international calamity should occur, they never hesitate to cross boundaries to provide emergency assistance and aid.
你好，我们是慈济的医生。
In the remote mountain regions and forgotten corners of society, Taiwan's TIMA volunteers conduct regular health checkups and promote health education. Every country has different laws and regulations. In poverty-stricken Philippines, the number of patients seeking medical treatment easily reach the thousands.
There are too many patients, too many needing medical attention. Even with our manpower, we won't be able to perform every surgery.
In the United States, while focus is placed on providing medical consultation and health education, the medical needs of illegal immigrants are also tended to.
The baby need to see doctor. Hi, baby. This one really need to see doctor. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Although manpower and resources are different in every country, what's no different is the empathy of TIMA volunteers for the people suffering from poverty and sickness. Hence, a church can be transformed into a mobile-free clinic. TIMA volunteers are also seen as angels sent by God.
你相信你有吗？
When I asked if she believes in God, she looked at me, her eyes wide with astonishment. I know most Native Americans are Catholics, so I asked if she believes we have been sent by God. She nodded and opened up to accepting our help.
Caring more than the body but also healing the mind, the doctor and patient's heart beat as one.
It's minor ailments which have been left unattended for so long, making it more difficult to treat now.
一个嘴巴里面有10几颗。
10 to 20 cavities in the mouth must hurt a great deal, but they never had a chance to receive treatment.
Where the sick cannot reach, TIMA volunteers love or travel there. Together, TIMA volunteers worldwide continue to ease the pain and suffering of the sick with a vision of humanistic medicine motivated by a reverence for life.
Moving to the Philippines, we meet dentist张丽真, who used to run her own dental clinic and was later introduced by her patient, a Tzu volunteer, to join the TIMA medical team. Over the past 12 years, Dr. Zhang has taken part in numerous free clinics. To expand the scale of Tzu's dental services, Dr. Zhang even recruited local dropout students and trained them to become dental assistants in hopes of seeing more patients in need find their smiles once again.
Big smile. Tu mama kan nasa loto. Yes.
Here at the Free Clinic Center in the Philippines, TIMA doctors and volunteers periodically offer dental services to local residents.
I want to have dentures so much so that I can speak clearly and eat without difficulties.
Among the TIMA doctors is Dr. Zhang Lizhen, who has performed dental surgery on local residents for the past 12 years.
Too many patients. The number of the dental patients here is simply overwhelming. However, we will treat as many patients as we can.
From 2010 to 2012, TIMA doctors extracted a total of 5,200 teeth from countless patients. Here in the Philippines, the average daily wage is less than $7. However, a set of dentures costs more than $230. To make dentures available to all patients in need, Dr. Zhang decided to train more dentists to join in Tzu's medical missions.
I think maybe I can hire more full-time dentists. Then I will train these dentists to carry on Tzu's medical mission. By doing so, the work will be more consistent and permanent.
As well, Dr. Zhang recruits local dropouts to work as dental assistants. Despite being busy treating patients, Dr. Zhang said she is spiritually fulfilled.
During the flea clinics, I gained a lot of experience. I'm very happy to see that we have helped so many people. That kind of contentment and happiness is something that a monetary reward cannot replace.
Caring for patients' needs with a compassionate heart, Dr. Zhang vows to carry this spirit through for every patient she meets.
On May 7, 1994, the first successful peripheral blood stem cell transplantation surgery from a donor unrelated to the patient happened a year after Taiwan removed restrictions on its organ donation laws. Next, we meet the donor Ye Meijing, who at the time was a student at the National Taiwan University Sociology Department. Believing in doing what is right, she went behind her parents' back to donate her peripheral blood stem cells to save a life, opening up the door for others to follow in her footsteps. Today, she works as a Jiayi district prosecutor. Married with one daughter, she is still doing her part to right the wrongs in society.
是个豪爽的人。
他是一个热心公益的人。
In high school, my course concentration was on science and math. I had dreams of becoming a scientist. Then I realized I was not a good fit for that field, and then had the romantic notion of saving lives.
A young Ye Meijing dreamt of following in the footsteps of Nobel Prize laureate Taiwanese chemist Li Yuanzhe, or becoming a second Florence Nightingale. However, her life's journey brought her here, to Jiayi District's prosecutor's office.
Many people will say that the judiciary system is humans doing God's work. Working on cases, we are never sure how much truth we can gather. But after a few years' work, I feel if you want to be influential in society, then judiciary work is one area to consider.
During Ye's years of education, she never wanted to be typecast by society. Perhaps it's this independence, along with her selfless nature, that is the reason that Ye became the first in Taiwan to donate her peripheral blood stem cells to a stranger.
谢谢你啊。
应该的。那是我母亲给我一个。
My mother taught me to stand in another's shoes. It helps to see things from their point of view. My thought was this: if I was that child or their parents, I would want someone to come help me as well.
The child Ye mentions was 17-year-old Wei Zhixiang, the first PBSC transplant patient in Taiwan to be matched with a donor outside his family. Their story was even made into a drama.
你是谁买的？爸爸买的哦。
20 years ago, Ye was a student lending a hand to help out a stranger. Now, as a mother, she's even more considerate of others' needs.
Some people have asked me if I've kept in contact with them over the years. I will reluctantly say that I haven't because I don't know if their hearts are at ease.
After Wei's surgery, his symptoms relapsed and he eventually passed away. Facing life's impermanence, Ye chose to use time and space to alleviate the suffering.
For parents, the passing of their children is very traumatic. So to force them to face the public and say, "Thank you for all your help, we have tried but failed," is difficult. I personally think it's hard as well. Some events aren't measured by the end result, but the journey itself.
From one peripheral blood stem cell transplantation surgery to now 3,316, Ye often mentions not to focus on her groundbreaking donation, but the many that followed. Now, however, she is looking to the next chapter in her life.
Well, I haven't considered this option, as what's best for my family is now the most important.
Now putting family first and foremost, perhaps it's a sense of a journey unfinished that motivates Ye to continue to participate in donor drives.
当我还是20年前那个。
20 years ago, as a naive girl, I would complain about being poor. Just as I was whining about not having a pair of shoes, I saw there were those who didn't even have legs to stand on. When I entered the field of law, I saw many different cases that taught me about the value of life. So if you ask me now how I am, no matter what my current situation is like, I will reply that I am the happiest I've ever been.
Over the 2 decades the Tzu Stem Cells Center has been established, it has accumulated some 380,000 names of volunteer donors and 3,300 successful matches. The staff at the center say their greatest mission is to work with Tzu volunteers in various regions to turn the impossible into the possible.
什么？捐者不能捐了？怎么可以这样子？少捐的捐赠者住屏东。 说不能捐为什么不能捐？那我们还是请那个志工再沟通，然后赶快把这个讯息给移植医院。对啊，捐者不能捐下礼拜捐者不能捐了。那我希望早上可以有血回来。
Urgent situations may occur at any minute or even seconds prior to the transplant surgery, as the bone marrow donor might suddenly change his or her mind. However, the Tzu Stem Cell Center seizes every opportunity to help patients survive.
遇到捐者不能捐赠的时候。
When the donor decides not to donate, we of course would like to find out the reason behind their decision. On the other hand, we also work to find another suitable donor. All these matters must be urgently dealt with. Even now, there are many donors or family members that still think donating hematopoietic stem cells is dangerous. That misunderstanding is the reason why they are afraid and don't want to take part.
To help members of the public understand that bone marrow donation only means taking the donor's hematopoietic stem cells, the Tzu Stem Cell Center has over the past 2 decades set up a complete database, organized successful transplant surgeries, as well as provided post-surgery care to patients and donors.
最大的使命当然是救助这些。
Our greatest mission is to save the patients suffering from blood-related illnesses and help them receive the treatment they need to recover from their condition. We hope once they return to their normal life, they will give back to society. It is not just a medical contribution, but a humanitarian mission.
Whether it is a sense of mission, empathy towards patients, or placing an emphasis on illnesses, all these emotions lead to the hope of survival for patients. For the staff at the Tzu Stem Cell Center, it is through their hands that they turn the impossible to possible and create miracles for those who have lost hope.
而且是一种使命。
This job requires a great sense of mission. I often tell my colleagues, this may be my last job, so I will make the most of each day and do my best. We are so fortunate to be able to work here. We only had 3 to 4 staff at first, but now we have 16. It is a sign that our workload has increased, so we must dedicate ourselves wholeheartedly to this meaningful job.
Though heavier workload means shouldering heavier responsibilities, the staff at the Tzu Stem Cell Center vow to do their absolute best in whatever task they are given as they work to save lives and create miracles. In our next report, we meet bone marrow recipient David Bao, who was diagnosed with leukemia in 2009. Luckily, a few months after the discovery, a donor was found in Taiwan. After undergoing a successful bone marrow transplant, David Bao has made a full recovery and now lives a life full of gratitude each day.
Having a beautiful family and living a life full of hope. This is the life David Bao and his family enjoys every day. However, in 2009, a devastating news destroyed the happiness and harmony of the Bao family.
One night I was here in my house. I remember I had to cough, and so I coughed very hard, and then suddenly something hurt, and I knew something wasn't right. So I got up, but as soon as I could stand, I actually collapsed on the floor. And then they discovered that I actually fractured the first 2 vertebrae of the lower back. My doctor investigated, it seemed very unusual because at the time I was 31 years old. So they did a bone marrow biopsy, and then a few days later they received the diagnosis. The diagnosis was determined to be leukemia.
Soon after, Bao underwent chemotherapy and radiotherapy to destroy the cancer cells in his body.
The first few days after I was diagnosed, especially my father, he was telling me, you have to fight this. And I understand what he meant conceptually. I understand that he meant, you need to fight this. But it burned me up inside because he's asking you to survive this, but nobody knows really how to fight this.
Although Bao has undergone countless chemotherapy sessions, his condition did not improve. Receiving a bone marrow transplant has become his only way to survive.
But I was fortunate in the sense that they found a match within 6 or 7 weeks. It was a very, very short time period.
It has been 4 years since David Bao underwent a successful bone marrow transplant. Now healthy, Bao is going to meet his donor, a stranger that saved his life.
Go on the slide. On the slide. I really, really, really look forward to meeting my donor. In the time frame of things, looking back on it, that critical moment when she agreed to register, for me, that just represents the world. Go this way! It's like my existence, my children's existence right now is all a result because of this generous, altruistic thing that she decided to do. And I just can't express that enough, that this act of kindness has entirely changed my life.
In Myanmar, Tzu Chi volunteers held 2 medical and educational seminars at the local liaison office, which were attended by 60 scholarship recipients. During the event, volunteers also explained the meaning behind several Jingsi aphorisms, as they hope to inspire these children to live a life guided by moral principles, sensibility, and generosity.
Happily welcoming every scholarship recipient, today Myanmar Tzu Chi volunteers are holding 2 medical and education seminars. Other than attending the seminars, some recipients even volunteer as kitchen helpers. For the past 4 years, Tzu Chi volunteers have been holding the seminar on a monthly basis. Through holding such events, volunteers hope to inspire scholarship recipients to change for the better.
I've learned many things here. I know I need to be kind to other people.
To make sure the students could fully understand the meaning behind the aphorisms, they were divided in groups according to their age.
We need to teach them from the very beginning. We hope these students can share these Jingsi aphorisms with their friends.
At the end of the event, Tzu Chi volunteers presented each student with a souvenir in hopes that these children can remember to spread these words of wisdom far and wide.
We go back to the United States at the end of the show. Tzu Chi volunteers in Las Vegas have regularly visited a local blind center for the past 7 years. At their most recent visits, besides serving hot meals to these residents, volunteers also provided nail trimming and foot bath services. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.